Come here. Tutu. Hi everybody, it's Caroline here. Welcome to my channel. I've got the door open so the dogs can wander in and out. Come here, Roxy. Roxy, come here. Where are you? They bring a bit of joy, don't they? Hope you're having a good day, evening, wherever you are in the world. What's going on here? Are you trying to get it? You're under my... She's sitting under the chair. She's literally under this. There's a gap by about that much. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come on. What are you doing? Right. What are we looking at today? What do I feel like? Bit of viciousness. Sacred rebels. That's mother Jess. Well, actually, she's not the mother at all. That's Jess. Looking after the new puppies. I was trying to grab hold of one, but that was supposed to be the last one. Follow your rhythm. Oh, okay, hello. We'll take that one. Oh no, we won't, because we had that one before. Against the grain. After the storm. Maybe going through a storm. The word wants to be written. Talking about the word yesterday. The world wants to be written again, splitting the deck again. No, that would have been on the bottom, wouldn't it? Visions of life beyond death. You may be thinking about the brevity of life, listening for truth. Spirals of manifestation. That's what we're going to be doing. It's our growth cycle. We're going to be manifesting and we're going to be putting our energy into that. Release the dark wound. Let love live. I had a dream last night. It was sort of fairly early on because I woke up to a little bit earlier. I think it could have been 1 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah. Sorry, my mind's a bit scattered still. Sacred Fool. Sacred Fool. Faith in the process. Releasing allegiances. This very much looks like feminine energy that feels like they've been played like for a fool. I was going to say about my dream, it was actually about my twin. And in the dream, he was rendezvousing with another woman. And, you know, that there's betrayal in my past with the... You know, dreams are hard to interpret sometimes as to the relevance of present day. And I can't confirm what's going on in his life, to be fair. And I certainly don't want to manifest that. So all I've got is to go off is, yeah, I just let that thought go. It's like, okay, it could be a subconscious thought of mine, or fear, could be in the subconscious pattern. The fact that it's been stimulated because of me discussing those topics. But these are ones of women, basically, it's how I felt yesterday. There isn't some nudity on here, so I'll just go like that. But when you're basically in prayer mode, I'll just put some bits over this. Whether you can really see it through that. Put the heart over it. Okay, let's have a look. We're going through a process, so you got to have faith. You know, even for me, we're manifesting, we're bringing it in, but there's stages of manifestation, isn't there? It's like if you set up a business, you know, you've got to start off with the preparation, haven't you? The preparation groundwork, preparation of the space, preparation of yourself, so that you can advertise then and then put it into action, isn't it? So it's a process. Releasing allegiances. Well, kind of curious. Okay, maybe we'll start off with the Sacred Fool, because that came out first. The Fool is a great rebel, able to thwart convention and tell the truth without restraint. Your heart is a wonderful, powerful, sacred fool. It cares not for the right way to do things. It cares not for what the mind says is real and not real. So as I was saying, whether the dream was a real interpretation or not, or just a fear, I guess life will show itself, won't it? It lives according to an inner wisdom that cannot be dictated to or controlled by anything. It loves, it lives, and it is what it is. I say that a lot. It is what it is. When you get to that stage where, you know, in your life, in any day, in any given day, you've got to the stage you're at, you can be proud of your progress. And sometimes it's not where you want it to be, but you can just be in the present and say it is what it is, and that brings a lot of freedom. This oracle heralds a time, now or imminent. We had that yesterday, actually, a bit about imminent, you know, with the Isis oracle. So there's things are happening when you will feel inspired, alive and passionate for what you can offer to the world. Again, you are now choosing your divine path, and it will be a process to bring it into manifestation. Directed effort and energy. It says to you, don't try to be appropriate, don't try to be socially acceptable and worry about what others may think about what you are doing. Just be. It's very powerful in this world. And, you know, the best way to not worry about other people, you know, is just very, very much have those healthy boundaries of who you allow into your space. Those that you know will be like, you know, be keen and eager to pick it apart, pick your thinking apart, but, you know, and does that help? No. People are quick to try and tear you down, aren't they? To try and sow any, because they're not following their own calling. So, you know, be very aware of, you know, people, you know, we're all at the nervous stage of it not being manifested yet. That nervous pent up energy, because we're going to higher realms. It's within that pyramid, isn't it? Because you've got to have your basic needs covered, and then it goes up, and we all need love. But I think self-esteem is actually quite high up, but it goes smaller, isn't it? So your basic needs have got to be covered first. And, you know, if you're doing that alone, the process does take a lot. It does take time and effort and energy and focus. If you want to wear a mad hat whilst doing so, fine. Oh, that's quite funny. The sacred fool in you is willing to leave behind what has been because it no longer feels right to stay attached to it. The sacred fool in you trusts life completely. It would never occur to this part of you to try and outsmart life or resist its flow. It recognizes that the mind is a monkey puppet on strings. More often than not, it is cajoled into fear when it could be playfully dwelling in the radical spontaneity of life. So the sacred fool in you urges your mind to let itself be pulled into joy by your heartstrings, not into fear and doubt by the controlling machines of mass media. Yep. This oracle brings you a message. It's time for you to play. It's time for you to let life happen in a completely unreserved, unscripted way. The most bizarre, left of field, unexpected, and apparently ridiculous, the better. This might not feel safe or appropriate at first. That is okay. That is good, actually. It is a sign that you are breaking with your own self-imposed conventions. It is time to move beyond them now, because a bigger life adventure is calling you. This is wonderful news. It is the desire of life to operate more radically through you so that you become the conduit through which miracles and crazy wild synchronicity can occur. You are becoming more electric. You are more plugged into the apparent randomness of life. Apparent because there is a refined intelligence behind it all. The sacred fool goes with this without having to understand any of it, which is good. Trying to access even one genuine glimpse of life's unfathomable genius would probably make one's head explode. You certainly try. As you take this journey, you may find that people around you are challenged. You might unintentionally cause them to rethink the way they live their lives. They may question whether the way they are living is the only way for them or even the best way. At first, they may react rather than take responsibility. The sacred fool in you doesn't engage with this. It is what it is, and it rises and falls as it will. It doesn't stop from your merry dance of unconventional being. I've never read this before, by the way. If you find yourself making choices that have others questioning your sanity, then you are right on course. You may feel that you are quite possibly going insane, but you are not crazy. You are just approaching enlightened awareness. There is a moment, sometimes a rather long one, when we wake up to life, shed our attachment to mass opinion, and float in a completely different state of being. We might find that no one is really able to understand or connect with us to the point that we question our state of mind. Stay with that. It will pass. You will eventually see that you are becoming sane in an insane world. That world out there is completely barking bonkers. And they're calling you insane? Yep. The tables will turn and you will gain great inner freedom. I was going to say confidence then. So you will gain great inner confidence, freedom, and creative juice. Stay on your path. Stay on the journey. Remember to take nothing too seriously, and it will all work out perfectly. So this is your sign from the divine team that the steps that you're taking for divine that feels absolutely insane and for you, but you just know because you no longer resonate with the past and the things. It could be a job, a relationship, whatever it is, and only you can only you know what divine is putting on it. And if you're in confusion or doubt, then just keep giving it back to divine, and they will keep showing you and keep showing you, and they'll show you as many times as you need to feel confident, where you say in yourself, no, I know now. Same with the twin. You know, the masculines might be, you know, questioning so many things. I'm just concerned with masculines because they hold back. They can hold back so much that they lose it completely. Healing process. Say, I call on the sacred fall of unconditional love. Please help me access your lightness of spirit, your wisdom, and your ability to exist in the heart of truth, to be powerful without becoming attached to or obsessed by power. I honor your vision. May I see and know so truly and be free. I choose of my own free will to give myself absolute permission to just be myself now and always, through unconditional love, mercy, and compassion. So be it. So you got to give yourself the most unconditional love, mercy, and compassion that you would give to others. You know, when people, you know, you may have found that no one's had your back in life physically. No one's been there for you to support and care for you, to be able to get you to that higher realm of I don't know, self-esteem, self-confidence, self-actualize, right? It, you know, but it might, I think what for me, I'm realizing that my spirit team are trying to show me that it's going to be even more profound because of the fight that you've had to climb this mountain, but you've done it with divine, and divine gets the glory, but the self-esteem too, they get the satisfaction of seeing you achieve that goal beyond all odds, right? Once you have repeated the above, imagine that any invisible chains or shackles that have held you captive in any way are falling away from you. So just let those chains go and be in the present. I mean, Eckhart Tolle's always been in the present of now, isn't it? Being in every now moment. It is what it is. What can I do? Every 15 minutes making a decision and acting on it, and not allowing your monkey mind to take you into even thought patterns of your past, but you are ever evolving and ever changing. So just bring that conscious awareness. And I know Joe Dispenza talks about that, doesn't he? Not that I've read all his books or anything, but I think I saved it in my playlist of relearning truths. But you know, we're all there, aren't we? We're all connected, so it all helps the bits that you pick up from everybody. So yeah, let the shackles and the chains go, including, you know, your twin flame. Like, just let it go and just give it to divine and just go, you know what, I don't actually care anymore. Que sera. Because that's that you're detached, aren't you? You're detached from any outcome, and you're just living in the present moment. They might make a clunk. This is when the shackles are being released. As they hit the floor, you might feel freer than ever before. However strong or subtle, I was going to say stumble then. However strong or subtle, your reaction to this is perfect for you at this time. Shake your arms, your legs and your body. Once you are all shaken out, feeling more relaxed and hopefully just a little bit silly in a playful way, you have completed your healing process. That's cool. So that's that one. What are we, 19? Faith in the process. So yeah, we're going to need faith in the process. 32. No matter how powerful we are, how much courage and strength we have, there are times when we can't quite move ourselves along to the next phase of life or creative exploration. So this is acknowledging you know, where you could be at. I know for me, it feels that way too. At such times, we need some divine intervention, a little help in pulling our trolley along, so to speak. When we are at the edge of our own limits and have no more personal resources, we might be left with only one spiritual power, that of faith. Fortunately, that is enough. As unlikely as it may seem, the invisible help from the universe is often more powerful than the physical efforts of 1,000 men. There you go. Don't underestimate the power of divine and what they can turn around in a day. That is because the invisible help is not limited by physical laws. No, because it's ever present. It's around us, within everybody, and they can channel to whoever, whenever, to bring about a certain goal. Particularly through your prayers as well, and that helps. It can shift, bend and move in ways that defy limitation. It can affect, evoke and influence situations through invisible but undeniably persuasive means. You are in a situation where you cannot set right the course of events all by yourself. No, there's only so much you can do, right? And you're aware of it, and this is why you cry. This is why you go into this state like I was yesterday, where you absolutely acknowledge the power of divine and what their part in this. You know, it's like taking their hand. They're the ones feeding you. They're the ones supporting you. They're the ones encouraging you. They're the ones helping you not to give up when you're at the hardest hit. You know, spiritually, in whatever way that hardest hit hits. You're in a situation, you set right the course all by yourself. This is not an indication that you have done something wrong, nor does this suggest that you are not strong enough. It is a sign that there is something bigger unfolding in your life, and your willpower will be supplemented by the power of life itself. Sometimes a bigger plan needs to manifest, but for the benefit of humanity and the earth. You need to shift your perspective to realize that you are part of the greater unfoldment of life, that your individual life serves the greater plan, and that you are not separate from its genius. This is what is happening now. You happen to be instrumental to the greater plan, and as such, you need to accept your position and be moved, while also being empowered and protected as you make personal progress through your role in that grander scheme. This is a time for humility and trust. You need complete faith in the processes and events that are happening. There is nothing to worry about. Well, that's reassurance, isn't it? There's nothing for you to worry about, including me, even if you're worried for me, like I have been for me, with my hair falling out. But I just say, no, Violet Flame that thought. My hair is growing and is renewing and is ever. It certainly looks a lot better today, doesn't it? So, you know, it's still there. Might be. That was the. I think, but we're getting on to the vitamin D, so. Actually, while I've mentioned that about vitamin D, Dr. Berg put on a new video, and it said, you know, this video might be taken off or something because they won't want me to tell, they won't want to, and he was saying how that the IU levels of, recommended IU levels of vitamin D are at like 1,000 IUs a day, right? Well, he was saying that particularly if you're depleted, and of course we're in winter, and I went to the UK. It's probably why I've ended up in New Zealand, to be fair, because my body knew that I needed more sun. But I spent, you know, in the summer months, so I had winter here, which we still have a fair bit of sun. Sometimes I don't get out in it, but and then I went into winter in the UK, and then of course I've gone back to the New Zealand winter, whereas normally I go from summer to summer if I do go to the UK, but it was just the fact that I had to go home. Well, I was invited to the 80th parties, which happened to be over the Christmas period. So it's just a note there that you can take up to 10,000 IUs, but just go to the doctor, have a blood test first is my advice. This is what I'm going to be doing, and see where your levels are at. But I don't know how much is, so these questions I'm going to be asking the doctor is how many IUs is actually in the medication, the prescription vitamin D that they give me, how much is in it. But obviously sitting out in the sun as well. And he was saying that cancer is actually a form because of disease can come from the fact that we just don't have enough vitamin D in our system. So just a side note there. So these are all things that you can get through your diet, but also you may need to supplement. So in my case, I'm going to have to supplement as well, but also choose, you know, my diet's pretty good anyway, but getting the colours of the chakra, blah, blah, blah. It's just a side note. Oh, where am I? There is nothing to worry about. You will be moved most fully and easily, and with the most grace and assistance through your faithful surrender. So sometimes you just have to surrender to divine. You've made this decision. You know, you need to wait for the manifestation of divine to bring it in through other people too. Is surrendering that. Ironically, it is through complete surrender and total faith that we become the most empowered. When we are no longer trying to impede the perfection of the greater plan, we can be aligned with, so we're being aligned, which is an adjustment period, and moved by the process. It can be scary, and you may be in this energy where you're freaking out, you know, and I think particularly when we're younger too, because we've not had life experience, we've not proved the process of divine, we haven't got, you know, things under our belt, maybe in the past life, but there is a veil over our eyes. They've purposely made us forget. Having faith in the benevolence of life rather than harboring the suspicion that life is seeking to catch us out. And it can sometimes, when you're in that desperation, you can feel like, what is wrong with me? Why is this happening to me? But it's happening for you. And Matt Kahn's all about that. He said it's happening for you, not to you. Have a joke at our expense, or carelessly toss us about as though we mean nothing. Then we can relax a little. We can relax a little when we, having faith in the benevolence of life. Having faith in the process gives you space to be curious about what is taking place and to relax enough to be open to what we are most in need of, even if we aren't exactly sure what that is or how it can happen. The guidance from this oracle comes direct from the greater source of life itself. There is now an opportunity for you to be moved from the situation you are currently in to the next chapter in your life story. You can't do it on your own. So there may be people coming into your life. Divine will be selecting that because they know your prayers. But it takes two to tango, doesn't it? So there's always free will involved, and you don't know. And sometimes you may not have met them yet. It may be your twin, but it may also be a soulmate, and really that's dependent on lots of factors. But just relax into it. It is too big a shift. It needs the grace of life to intervene on your behalf. You will need faith though. You may feel as though the wheels of your trolley are coming off, or that they are a bit rickety. But you must also understand that the voice of life is now coming straight to your heart with this message. I have resources you know not of. It is safe to trust in my ways and in my wisdom, for I love you and I'm guiding you into all that is rightfully yours. There's the divine inheritance because of your faithfulness and your love. Know that what is rightfully yours is what your heart truly desires, and you need not fear loss. So my dream could have been about a fear of, a fear which is almost suggesting this. It could be in a subconscious thought pattern. So I know that I've been clearing a lot from my hips because they've been, unusually achy. So there's trauma from my previous experiences that I believe is, I'm releasing. So I'm having to do some somatic work on the floor, just moving my legs, putting my feet together and letting my hips go wide open. Nothing that is meant to come to you will be denied, and it is safe for you to let go and allow me to move you. So you're going to be safe. Through faith, peace is restored, and you are able to know this and perhaps have some fun in the process. That's the biggest one for me, is having fun in the process, because life has been pretty darn serious at times previous to my husband's death, and then obviously during my husband's, as he was dying or as he died, and even sorting out things afterwards. So it is a process, and honor where you're at. If you're at the start of something really uncomfortable, then just honor your heart in any moment, and please, 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 please give yourself that love and compassion, because you deserve it beyond anyone else. And until you put your own life mask on, how are you able to help others? Okay. Healing process. Say aloud, I now ask that all disappointing experiences of the past that have led me to believe that life is not trustworthy, or that faith is a silly or immature way to deal with life, be released from my mind, body and heart. Even I've had the thoughts, am I gone crazy, Financially, it seems absolutely, absolutely crazy. But I have to listen to my body, and I have to listen to divine, and I have to listen to what my arm's saying. So, if you didn't know, because I inseminated cows, so I've stepped away from that. I did it for 22 years. Last year, I did 10,000 cows within a 6-week period. So, it's a significant thing to give up. But I no longer resonate with it. It's not to say that I couldn't do some down the track, but I think for the sake of my health and for what I feel called to do, I need to make this step, no matter how scary it is. I ask for help to accept that I can and will attract all that is needed into my life at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I ask to be empowered to absolutely receive all that can assist me with gratitude and without shame or guilt. Yeah, so don't let people shame you or guilt you into this. Look, we know all the thoughts and the fears. We don't need telling. We need supporting. So if you are a friend, be a friend to your friend who's made decisions, and support them. If you're able to support them in any way, then support them. But if you're not, then, and you feel like you're going to judge them, just step away, just go, not my, pray for them, pray for them and help them give it to divine, and just don't burden them with more judgment, please. I ask to be empowered to absolutely receive all that can assist me with gratitude and without shame or guilt. In doing so, I dedicate myself to be a clear, loving, open channel for the flow of life. So that is my, excuse me, it's clearing, isn't it? So this will be fear as well, even within me. These things are scary at times. But the energy that you put into that, you can put into something else. So it's not all lost, is it? And maybe something that's more conducive to your energy field and your future and your children. Because I know after that 6 weeks, I was a cot case almost, because you're absolutely exhausted. So know that things happen for a reason, and trust. In doing so, I dedicate myself to be a clear, loving, open channel for the flow of life. I know the benefit in doing so is not limited to me. So it's not just me. Divine, when you've proved that divine wants you to do something, no matter how scary, and it's like a huge leap of faith, and you feel like a sacred fool. Well, but that's the thing. You're not a fool. You're a sacred fool. There's a difference. It's a calculated risk still, because you've taken the steps to ensure that you have got the backing of divine with your choice. I know the benefit in doing so is not limited to me, but will flow so that life can benefit others through me. So you might be, particularly for a divine counterpart, I mean, all the love, you've then got love to be able to give to them and help their thing, and so you're mutually beneficial. I mean, I think that would be wonderful for me. But at the same token, there are other things that I need to develop, which I'm not going to talk about on here, which I want to for myself, for my own self-esteem, but maybe divine is bringing something in to help support you. I trust in this now through unconditional love, so be it. You have completed your healing process. If needed, repeat the above prayer each day to help you boost your confidence that everything can and will sort itself out, whether you feel in control or not. In fact, it can do so more easily when you don't feel in control. There's lots of things I don't feel in control of, but I know and I trust in my heart of hearts that I can divine can help me each day to take those little steps in a positive direction, through their guidance and help, and just leave that and just flow. Right, now we got 10. There may be something heaven sent, because the next one, number 33, that was 32, so that's 5. That's a sign of change anyway. So we've got 4, 5, and now this one is actually 10. So you could say 10, 10. 10, 10, where you been? Or even 19, which 1 plus 9 is 10 anyway. So yeah, 10, 10, where you been? I don't know why I say that, but divine's like, it's a completed cycle, isn't it? It's a cycle of divine. Okay, releasing allegiances. It is time to hold onto yourself and let go of another. So, okay, so you may have to let someone go. It could be your twin, even if just for a time. I might have to let them go. You don't know. And you can only go off what you're given in the now moment, right? You've gained all that was meant to be from that connection. So maybe that's the twin. Maybe it served its purpose. It's helped you elevate. I'm just plucking it. It's just some, you don't know. Because like I said, it takes 2 to tango, doesn't it? And if they're too busy dealing with other lower energies, divine's not going to bring them into your life. So I'm not trying to be, but until until somebody takes actions, you may have told them where you're at, but if they don't reciprocate, you've given and you have received. The need to let go does not deny the value of what has been acquired. It is more that the time has come for greater productivity, creativity, abundance, and consciousness in your life. So it could be just the releasing of a job. I'm not saying either way for my twin, because that's the thing, is that you can see both both options as a possibility, right? But you're not holding on to any outcome. You're aware that there's any infinite number of possibilities, but this could also be the allegiances with work, the people, things that have been in the past. Yeah, so it is more that the time has come for greater productivity. So you might be asked to be productive within maybe a self-employment, creativity, abundance, and consciousness in your life. So you're doing things more consciously, you're more consciously aware, you're consciously choosing another path, because the old path, your old thinking doesn't resonate, or the old job, or the job that you're in doesn't resonate with what your heart and your growth mindset and your soul really is craving. You've completed many cycles in the vibrational frequency of consciousness that you are now being asked to release. So 10-10 again, isn't it? So you've completed a cycle, so there's confirmation. You have been in that vibrational frequency for some time now. You have earned the right to step out of that frequency, out of the habits, relationships, and the possibilities that are limited to that outmoded frequency. What did I just say? So your job, you might not resonate with it anymore. It could be a relationship. It could be whatever it is. This is often where your friendships change course, because you don't resonate with the old friendships anymore. It's served its purpose. It's come to the end of the line, and you've now evolved to something vibrationally different. They could have done the same thing and you would still be in alignment, but if they're not, then you have to be willing to just let that go. You've earned the right to step out of that frequency, out of the habits, relationships, and the possibilities that are limited to that outmoded frequency. It is now time to expand into higher frequencies of experience that will bring enhanced love, empowerment, and peace into your life. I think that's what I'm going to title it, really. Expand into higher frequencies of experience that will bring enhanced love, empowerment, and peace into your life. You will take the wisdom of what you have learned with you into something new connections, new relationships, not new life experiences at a higher turn of the spiral of life. But first, you trust that you can step into solitude for a time without being consumed by loneliness. It is time to reconnect with yourself. Perhaps you have had a period of outward orientation where your energy has been diverted away from the inner journey of self-discovery. Well, I've gone through the self-discovery bit. I feel like I'm coming out the other side of that. I actually think 4 years cycles, because it happened to me up north, actually, where I was celibate for 4 years when I'd left a significant partner in the South Island. And I moved up north, and it was about 4 years until my husband came, and I'd finished a job at the time, and I was doing some other bits, but there was still very much doubt. So it was a huge leap of faith, and I didn't know that we weren't even in communication. So this is how Tim was divinely orchestrated into my life at that time. And I thought to myself the other day, I kind of feel in that same energy now, where I feel like someone's going to come into my life, whether it be my twin or someone else. But I leave that to divine, because like I said, we've all got free will, haven't we? And you don't actually know. And I don't really want to talk about it on here, but it's kind of like, you just have to have faith and just let it go, like not have a fixed idea of what the outcome will be, because I'd never have predicted what was going to happen, but it brought so much joy to my life too when it did happen. And then a new energy, a revival. It's like having puppies too. They bring a newness, don't they? A revival. I just saw 4433 then. I'll just reread that a little bit. Perhaps you've had a period of outward orientation where your energy has been diverted away from the inner journey of self-discovery and creative self-expression and into the world of lists, schedules and demands. Trust that you may need to step back momentarily even from your healthy relationships and commitments to refresh your spirit by reconnecting with your own nature in solitude. There is great power in solitude, and I feel it often. I'm going to have to, even when people do come into my life and the fresh energy and all the rest of it, I'm going to have to be careful that I don't overgive and burn myself out, because that has been a pattern in the past. But having said that, there's so much that I've learned in the past 4 years of solitude that, and also my body, I learned to listen to my body a lot more. I just hope that whoever comes into my life as a partner, that they will understand me and my processes, and because I love me for me, and I have to do what's right. I don't always look my best, but you've got a heart to renew your strength to be able to give, right? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to fill your own cup first, and if that means more rest, then so be it. Perhaps you have been diving so deep into the creative waters that you have lost your bearings or your energetic connection to the earth, your own life and your needs in the here and now. Either way, you need to come back to the ground of your own body. So listening to your body and what your needs are, your basic needs sometimes, just being willing to prepare that beautiful meal that's going to fill your nutrients your nutrient tank up. And don't underestimate, now you can drink water, but go and buy some electrolytes that's like a concentrated form, but hopefully from a but I mean, even if it's just a bit of salt in your water, just to help your body absorb it into the cells, because often we can be drinking water because it's not of the right osmosis level. I'm sorry, I'm not a scientist, but I think I would be good at it. The factual terms, but I think you can hear what I'm saying, so that it absorbs into the cells. So you want the best quality of water to give you that hydration, because I think we can be drinking water, and if it's not of the correct osmosis, for the cells to absorb it, and I know that's not the word, but you know what I'm saying, it'll just pass through you. And you've been drinking, well, I am drinking water, but you're still dehydrated, and that could be why. So it's just, I know I've just got a little, I might show you one of these days. I got it from the house shop. It wasn't cheap actually, but I just put a couple of drops, and I do notice that I'm not going to the toilet as much, even with me drinking water, because it's actually giving me energy. And you can also add some minerals in it too, that are like I said, I'll read it to you. The one that I've got, it may not be the best product, but it's the one that I can get from a local shop, and I try and support local. This is a time for self-love, for paying attention to yourself, for nurturing, holding and being with you. It doesn't mean you can't love another. It just means you need to turn your attention inwards for a time, for some quality time with you. You will emerge renewed, refreshed and clearer about your journey and your relationships as a result of this. This oracle is also confirmation that the work you have been doing on yourself is working for you. Your level of self-love is growing, and your ability to love consciously. Oh, love yourself consciously, my darlings. Put your hand on your heart now and take a big deep breath into that. My self-love is empowering and unlimited. I pour from a full cup, and I equally am poured into. Your level of self-love is growing and your ability to love consciously and healthily is increasing as a result. Some connections in your life will mature along with you. So some relationships may mature along with you, and your regard and affection will deepen and blossom. I mean, that's beautiful. If you've been with someone and you can go through the whole of your life with that support, I mean, you're truly blessed. And that you're growing that you're evolving at the same rate. That's wonderful. It will be revealed that other relationships are no longer relevant to your life journey. So just let those go. And it's not like you're like, I'll shut the door in that place or anything, but it might just be, you just keep doing what you want to do with the people that you want to be with, and it just slowly evolves that way. Hey darling, you want to come and say hi? You will know which is which because you will feel it. You will feel it most clearly. Come here, darling. Come here. Yeah. Where am I? Come here. Come here. Oh, it's Roxy. Here's Roxy. Hey, Roxy, you. Hey? No, you're not allowed to chew it. Say hello to my friends. Yeah, so that's Roxy. She's a wee darling. No, don't eat that. She's in the sage. You're not eating it, are you? That wouldn't be a good idea. Right, well, say bye then. Oh, that puppy smell, eh? Very nice. Thank you for the chime. Just no wheeze in here, eh? Right. Oh, she's sitting next to my feet. Okay, hello. You will feel it most clearly when you have some time to be with yourself in reconnection. If you have been contemplating a change in lifestyle, enrolling in a class or joining a group, starting a project or setting aside time to focus on your inner work, then this oracle comes as confirmation that these things would be supportive, healthy and helpful for you. This oracle also comes with particular guidance. There is a situation that has recently arisen or will arise soon where you need to back yourself. I've never read this book. I wasn't talking about, backing yourself. So spirit is working. They're channeling through me. I know they are, and I love them dearly, and they've always had my back. And I actually read something that was biblical that I'd put on I've got it in my house, but of verses where God has spoken to me directly, with bits and pieces, because it's not all, though I have issues with the way the Bible was collated, meaning that they left things out. There's still great value within a lot of it, but I'm not so, it's, I'm more focused on Jesus's words, to be honest, and the general, but the fact that Mary Magdalene, and also Mary Magdalene's account, which was left out, so that's my focus now these days. Don't be put upon or hoodwinked into backing down by the emotional reactions of others. Oh, here we go again. Right. This oracle also comes with particular guidance. There is a situation that has recently arisen or will arise soon. So this is a heads up here, where you'll need to back yourself. Don't be put upon. Yeah, so don't allow people to abuse your energy, including a partner, or hoodwinked into backing down by the emotional reactions of others. Yeah, so be careful with others because they will try and put on you. Stand your ground and stay aligned with what you know to be true. No matter how wonderful something seems logically or on the surface, if it doesn't feel right for you, it is not for you at this time. So trust your gut instincts. Sometimes you can feel pressured because of people they expect you to react in a certain way, but you need to listen to what your body's telling you and how you're going to respond, instead of a subconscious thought pattern that you've always been in, which we actually talked about in the last video. So you can break free of those cycles of the way people perceive you, and that they don't perceive the real you because they haven't got perception of it. If it doesn't feel right for you, it is not for you at this time. Perhaps that will change and it will be right for you later. Perhaps you will step away and realize with relief that you had a lucky escape from a situation that would have ended up unnecessarily costing you. Either way, backing yourself and not giving in to the opinion of another, no matter how highly you would have rated that opinion in the past, is important. It is highly likely that you are breaking with tradition, with a role model or belief system that you have outgrown. You might have outgrown, role models in your life and a belief system, which is what I've been talking about since I've been on this channel, really. I no longer resonate. They couldn't be there for me the way I needed. And but you've always sought divine, and made you go within more to seek the answers, correct? Which is what they should be encouraging you to do anyway. You must be there for yourself because you are doing well. You are on the right path and you are growing. Well done. Oh, wow. That's actually really lovely after the video yesterday where I broke down. You know, isn't it wonderful when I've never gone through these cards, never. I've literally only ever shuffled them, and I've never read these books. Though there'll be ones that will slowly cycle back around. I've not read some of these. I've still yet to uncover, right? And I love that. And I love the fact that I have these same thoughts in my world on my own that come within me on a day-to-day, obviously given to me from divine, and half the time I'm not necessarily aware of who they came from. Like yesterday, how I was, what was spoken about, and now I've sort of forgotten, but it was just so magical for the card to come out, for me to have had that in my mind over the course of weeks, and then for it to be spoken about in these cards. It's like, okay, so that is Isa's energy, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that you get to know over time whose energy it was of, and there's a frequency. I think this is how it is. And Jesus, like I said, Jesus and Mary Magdalene were part of the Egyptian, the mystery school. So these things that we're learning about alchemy and, turning, Jesus was all about turning water into wine. Well, that's alchemy, isn't it? He was the master magician, really, isn't he? And he said, greater things will you do. And I think this is, and how great is your faith? Energetically. Healing process. Lie down somewhere comfortable and relax. Say, I love my body and my body loves me. I love my body and my body loves me. I trust my body and my body trusts me. I love wisdom and wisdom loves me. I trust wisdom and wisdom trusts me. So what I've just said is the wisdom within me that is being channeled to me and experienced through my new, which Sarah from The Alchemist talks about as well. I know she has at some point. And then having it confirmed by Isis or Kali Ma, or all the divine feminines, because it's not just Jesus and Mary Magdalene. There were many that were here before they turned up, right? That were aware of these things. Can you hear what I'm saying? I think you can. Sense, visualize, feel, or intend that there be a beautiful emerald green light with golden sparkling flecks of energy in it. It rises up from the earth below you and bathes your body until you are floating in an ocean of emerald green light with golden sparkling flecks of energy within it. Let it fizz and wash around you and through you, right into the cells of your being. Finally, let it form a bubble of light around you, encasing you like an egg or shell from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet, on either side of you, front and back. Let it be close enough that it feels protective and spacious enough that you can breathe easily. Take your time, and when you are ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your healing process, provided that you follow up and have some more time for yourself, of course. So remember, you're important to divine. And no matter what you're feeling, if you're feeling low in energy, then listen to your body and, oh dear, listen to your body and do what it's asking of you. Oh, 010101, I just saw. That's pretty cool. Right. Is that it? That is pretty cool. I feel pretty good today, to be fair. I think that's it, isn't it? I don't think we need anything else. I think that's pretty good. I see my energy's uplifted today, so I'm listening to my body. I thought, I'll do a video, and I get excited because it, I just marvel, really. Marvel at what comes out, and confirmation, and keeps you on your track. So I hope it helps you as much as it helps me, and I think more than anything, just know that you're not alone. You're never alone, and that these moments are the frequencies of these divine beings, divine goddesses, gods and goddesses, the masculines and feminines. Are ye not gods, goddesses? Are ye not divine children of the divine? We are children of the divine, and that the light we are of. Greater is the light that is in you than the darkness outside of you. So just remember that. Remember who you're of, and yeah, just know that. Just keep pondering on that. And to all those twin flames out there, please, 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 just, your soul, think about your soul, make choices regarding your soul, even if it's scary for you because it's a new world, multi-dimensional world, and you're still operating in 3D thinking. Be willing to take a leap of faith and just give it a go, but give it time and take positive steps, and you never know what you might be able to uncover. And I pray for my twin, and I pray that we'd all be free from any karmic bondage, so that we can be fulfilled in the heart, mind and soul. And I'd love to share love with a divine counterpart, but we give it to divine, don't we? And we just see what will unfold and leave it to them. And as I know, I'm sure I'll be prompted to share some things down the track, but it can only happen when it happens. In the meantime, keep rolling with the wave. Love you. Bye.